All right, what we've got now, this is a beef reproductive tract. So I wanted to compare that to the swine one that we just looked at. This one's very different, and all species are different, and we've had that one slide in the PowerPoint presentation that showed it. But cattle will generally only have single bursts. And remember how I said the swine had multiple follicles on both ovaries? This is a perfect example of a beef reproductive tract. The left ovary here is the one that was going to be the one that ovulated. So she was only going to ovulate a single baby, and right here, this is the follicle that was going to contain the egg that was going to be released. So on her other side, she was not having an ovary or an oocyte that developed. She was functioning or cycling off of this ovary alone. But notice the uterine horns are very, very different here compared to the pigs. And why? Cattle are only going to have one calf to gestate, so they don't need that extremely long and coiled uterine horn. They're only going to have one calf that develops here in the uterine horn. And again, just like pigs, through gestation period, that calf is going to attach here into the uterine horn and go through its complete gestational development. One thing that I do want to talk about, and maybe I'll just mention it here briefly, is how that calf or pig attaches. And I've got some reproductive tracts with some developed fetuses in there, a calf, or I think it's a lamb, and then pigs, and they have very different attachments with their cotyledons or placenta, which we'll talk about in another lecture. But my main point is to see the difference here in the uterine horn compared to the pig one. And then we do have, of course, uterine body here that, again, before it splits, and we have the cervix, and we have the bladder again. So all that's the same. The big difference is that we just have a very short uterine horn here on both sides in the beef repro tract, and only one ovary is going to be the primary oocyte that functions and ovulates. And right here is the egg that was going to be ovulated if this calf had been allowed to continue. Thank you very much. We'll continue with lecture.